All right. I'll ask her. Who is it? Oh, I got a person. Who is that? Oh, connecting. All right. Hello,
Hi,
Stevie.
First thing I want to say is that it is horrible, the news today about April T.
Yeah.
You know, whenever somebody is lost that young, it's a very sad time, and I feel horribly for Keith. I feel horribly for her parents. You know, I've been in lives with April before, and we've gone back and forth, and she was a mighty adversary who I enjoyed talking to. I enjoyed her calling me names and back and forth. But, I have to say, for you and Jen today to say that it was the fault of the awareness community, me, and everybody else you named is abhorrent. It is disgusting. It is misinformation. And it was absolutely horrible that you guys said that, because April T has not been on TikTok and we haven't talked about her for a month and a half. And for you to agree with Jen that that's what happened to her and that's why she passed is unfathomable. And you really need to look at yourself, and you need to you want to back that up and say it, and then say it again while everybody's in here. You really think that's what happened?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yes. Because we talked to April, and April was feeling like she was being
even though none of us have talked to her for a month and a half, and we haven't even said anything about her for a month and a half. Really? You think that's why? You want to talk about bullying? I haven't done a video or anything about April T since she went off of TikTok. But you know who did? You did. You made a video about her. You know what else people did? After April T was in Scam Slams Live, which was after she, ended her modding and all that for Jen. Jen talked about her.
You know why I talked about her? Because she accused me of stealing money out of Jen's account.
Listen, it doesn't matter. The fact remains, you want to name it, you want to say it's because of bullying when she hasn't been on TikTok for a month and a half? You really want to say that? The last time anybody that I know talked about April T on a live or in a video was you doing in that video and Jen going on and saying that April was a user. Okay, so you want to look at people bullying? We haven't done anything about April T in a month and a half.
I haven't either.
Yeah, the video came out. But listen,
I didn't even know Jen and her were talking.
Listen to me. The fact that you would say that, and I haven't even talked about her for a month and a half, and you blaming it on us, that is disgusting.
Where am I echoing from? I don't know.
And you said you've talked to April T, huh?
A while ago, when she accused me of offending with Jen's bank.
So that was a month and a half. Right, that was like a month and a half ago.
Right.
So why do you say that it was our bullying that caused this situation to happen?
Oh, wait a minute. Damn. You're out. I don't know where the echo was coming from.
Can you tell me that? What have we done in the past month and a half that you would blame us on somebody passing away? Tell me.
It's not what happened the last month and a half. It happened when she was a mod for Jen. she was, when she left Jen, she said she left because she was getting bullied by everybody.
She was getting
so much
bullied
going on,
because
she had to get away from
she was getting bullied because she used the N-word multiple times,
I know.
and Jen agreed with her on it.
I
Okay,
know.
so how is that the awareness community's fault? You listen. You owned your comment today, so I want to hear you. I want to hear you say 100% why you back up your statement, because that is disgusting to say that people on TikTok in the community that are bringing awareness to Jen for who she is responsible for something like this.
I don't know why I'm echoing. It's driving me nuts. Hold on.
How do you know what the cause of her passing was anyways?
I have all my devices turned off. Yeah, let's turned off. Mute and mute. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. Why do I think April did it? Because of the bullying? Because of the way everybody acts. All right. I'm just going to say this. Yes, I am friends with Jen, but I do not support Jen. Okay. I am there as a support person. So if she's having an issue, she calls me and talks to me. I'm going to talk to her. Okay. I'm not the type of person that can just throw somebody off to the side. Okay?
Teresa, this has nothing to do with Jen right now, okay? We're not talking about Jen. We're talking about what happened with April T, okay?
I don't know.
So
Let me just ask what the cause of death was.
right, so you don't know what the cause of death is, but you're blaming
I
it
was
on
told,
people.
hold on a minute. Somebody's go mute, I'll tell you. I was told by Jen that it was she took too many pills, and when her husband went in the bathroom that she was on the ground and they started CPR, and they said something about she had a heart attack. When I talked to her husband, he said it was not determined because they were still doing an autopsy. So that's why I justified myself, because I was told it was suicide, but he did not say that, because I asked him. I asked him, and he said that they had not determined yet because the funeral home had not had the full, they were busy with funerals or something, and he's supposed to go back Monday and get the final results.
So how can you go on a live that is on public? It is TikTok live, and you can go ahead without even knowing any background of what happened, and you can go on there and blame people for something like this. Do you realize how dangerous that is?
What I can say is there is bullying on this app. I don't care what anybody says. April was bullied, okay? And that did carry over from when she stopped. Even though she didn't go on live, she was still talking to Jen in the background, okay? But just because she wasn't talking to you guys, she was still getting bullied by people in the background, okay? She was getting bullied by somebody. I don't know who, because I wasn't involved in it. That's something Jen knows about. But that's what I'm talking about. Is
and
people
you're
are always
listening,
picking on people instead of just leaving
and
people
you're
alone.
listening, and you're listening to what Jen is telling you. When she told you that April passed away for one reason, and her husband's telling you that they don't know. And that's what you're basing your decisions on, what you're saying? Do you realize, again, how dangerous that is? How you put people out there today and you threw them under a bus.
Right. Because I'm speaking my mind. I watch what goes on in this app.
Well, you know what? You really need to,
and it's not right.
And April has not been on live for a month and a half. Okay?
Yes,
and if
but
you
she's getting bullied in the background.
by who? I want you to tell
I
me
don't
who.
know
Okay,
because
but
I
you
don't talk to her.
but you're blaming it on the awareness community. Do you understand that?
Yes, I
Do you?
do.
Right. So you don't know who's doing it, but you're blaming it on us. Very good. Okay, you know damn well what we do on this app. Jen, for 5 years, has been pulling this crap. And what happens? You go back to her and you start believing everything she says. Already, you just admitted you don't know what happened with April T. God rest her soul.
Yes.
You're listening to what Jen is saying. Her husband doesn't even know, and you go by that and you blame people for somebody passing away. You know what you need to do, Teresa? You really need to take a look at yourself because the awareness on Jen is not going to leave. Okay? Another thing you should know. You can't go to a doctor on a Friday, get diagnosed with cancer, and start treatments on Monday. And if you think that's the truth, you really need to open your eyes. It's impossible.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what she's telling me.
That cannot happen. It is impossible to get cancer treatment that quickly. So I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off here because you know what? I am so torn right now between feeling so bad for April and her family and being so absolutely angry with you and Jen right now, not because of who you are, but because of what you said. You were very dangerous today in pointing fingers on people when you don't even know how somebody passed away. There's an obituary. It doesn't say how she passed away. And you and Jen came out with information that obviously the family didn't want out there because it was not listed in obituary. And you came out.
That's what she was told by her husband.
It doesn't.
That's what I was told by her. That was told by her husband.
Right. Is it in an obituary though? Is it in the
It's
obituary?
not telling you she died by suicide.
Yeah, some people do put that out there, but
Yeah, but he didn't put that in there. He's not gonna put that in there.
Exactly. And do you really think he wanted that out on social media?
I know. I wasn't the one that said it. He said it. I just said she passed away.
You said it on live. You said that she died of SUICIDE. You said that. It's on video.
Okay. Well, that
was
my fault. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Unaliving.
It doesn't matter. It's not your resp. If Keith wanted that out there, he would have said it on the live or he would have put it in an obituary.
He asked Jen to do it. That's what I was told.
Who told you that, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Listen, I am so aggravated with you right now, and I'm disgusted with the way that you guys behaved on that live today. You know what I had a live about this afternoon, Teresa? About April.
Bye. I don't need to listen to that. I'm done, okay? This is all I got to say to the hate community, to the awareness. You guys need to watch what you're doing because you are pushing people, okay? I'm sorry, but I am not the person, all right? I was told one thing, and that's what I went with, okay? When you find out somebody freaking passed away and you hear that they unlived themselves, you don't know what that does to somebody inside, okay? Because I've seen it 37 years in the fire department, okay? I'm not going to answer questions about it. I went with my emotions, and that's all I got to say, okay? If it's not right, it's not right. But I've talked to her husband, okay? I apologized to him for anything that I said that was out of line. And he said, no, it was okay because he wanted people to know that she had passed because he couldn't do it. So if if Jen made a mistake, then Jen made a mistake. But don't come all over me. I was just trying to help Jen through it. She might not be a friend to you, but she's a friend to me, okay? What I do with Jen is my business. If I want to sit and talk to her, I'm going to sit and talk to her. I'm not going to throw her under the bus. She is trying to change her life. She is doing pretty good, okay? She hadn't been on TikTok until this happened, okay? She wasn't planning on doing TikToks this week. She was planning on taking the weekend off. She's been to so many meetings this weekend, and I know because I've met her sponsor. You all can believe what you want. It doesn't matter what Jen does. You will never believe her. That's fine. But don't tell me who I'm supposed to believe in and who I'm not supposed to believe in, okay? I've seen a lot of these scam groups okay? And all I'm doing is just being her support.